Hallo und herzlich willkommen bei Disco Elysium. Ich heiße Esker und ich spiele auf Deutsch, aber ich werde hauptsächlich auf Englisch sprechen, da ich nicht fließend Deutsch spreche. I've played this game before, but this game can be crazy different depending on which character build you have. So I'm really excited to play, and without further ado, neues Spiel. Selbst erstellen. Okay, start with everything auf furchtbar. I want begnadet Constitution and a high psyche and schwach motoric. I decided beforehand what I wanted to do. Because the first time I played with a really high psyche and intellect. So I want to see a different side and what different options happen. Weiter. And also something that I've found is, so these little diamonds here show how many points you can put in later. And when you choose your Spezialität, it'll actually give you another option. So I'm going to put my specialty in one of these intellect fields. I haven't decided which yet. Okay, so we have Logik. Schöpfe dein ganzes Denkvermögen aus. Gehe der Welt auf den Grund. Yeah, this game has really hard vocabulary, and so a feature that I absolutely love is the seamless ability to switch languages with one button. You can have 2 languages set and just switch between them at will. I love that so much. I think that I'm going to have Konzeptbildung be my specialty. And also the game has a lot of French, and it taught me a lot of French terms that are used in English that I didn't know before. For example, savoir-faire, which apparently is like, well, it's Gewandtheit. Sneak under their noses, stun with immense panache. Schleiche ihnen direkt vor der Nase herum. Verbluffe mit ungeheurem Elan. And I'm really excited to see Schauder. Schauder, I think, is my favorite skill. It's really pretty. You'll see when the game begins if you haven't played already. Bestätigen. Time for the amazing voice acting. Die Furien sind im Spiegel zu Hause. Dort lauern sie. Selbst die klares Wasser ertränkt, reicht er es tief genug. R.S. Thomas. Beginnen.
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness. Your conscious ferments in it. No larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever.
Never, ever, ever?
Never, ever, ever, baby.
I love this game so much.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Was war das mit dem Ex-Jemand?
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
I turned the volume up a little bit. I want my voice in the narration to be about the same level, so I think that should be pretty good. Okay, so I have 2 options. Du tauchst wieder ab die unergründlichen Tiefen und nein, ich wollte etwas über den Ex-Jemand wissen. Nein.
Ex-love. Ex-tenderness.
Zärtlichkeit.
It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone.
Allons-y. No. Nein, ich will jetzt aussteigen. Ich mag Schmerzen in gleißendes Licht. und etwas von Leuten zu wollen, was sie mir nicht geben wollen.
Do you really?
Wirklich, lass mich aussteigen.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
I love the voices. I love Limbish's system.
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Sag schon, was erwartet mich dort?
There's this giant ball there. And evil apes. And the evil apes are juking it out on the ball. You're one of them. It's basically all just evil apes juking it out on a giant ball.
Evil apes duking it out on a giant ball. Whenever I hear the word ape, it only makes me think of Planet of the Apes. But I guess, yes, I am an evil ape. Du bist ein böse Affe. Wie groß ist die Kugel?
You can't even make out it's a ball when you're joking it out. It's that large.
Wie klein sind die Affen?
Infinitesimally small.
Und dieses Behaken, von dem ich da höre, was bedeutet das?
Vying for resources. It's just a stupid expression you picked up somewhere. The part of the presentation you want to take home with you is this. You have to beat the other evil apes in the face, or you lose.
Das ist traurig, aber ich will anderes. I want to make crazy choices. Das klingt wie etwas, was mir gefallen könnte. Auf geht's!
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man meat around you. A sensation.
Sensation.
Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
I can't say how many times I've heard this intro, but I'll never get tired of it. Mutter, hilf mir! An meinem Hals ist ein Kopf befestigt und ich bin in ihm drin.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
Hilfe! Hilf mir doch wer! Trennt meinen Kopf ab! Will den Rest von mir umbringen!
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Man, you can't even hear the voice, it's so loud. And what a pretty sight to wake up to. We've obviously had a wonderful night. And I love the art in this game so much too. Okay, time to walk around and do things. Slap, slap. Diese Magnumflasche Commodore Red ist leer. Anscheinend hat jemand das Tonband mitten im Lied herausgerissen. Privatsphäre scheint dir witzig zu sein. Die Tür ist von innen abgeschlossen. See, that seems like a fire hazard. You shouldn't be allowed to lock a door from the inside and not get out. I think that that's illegal. Obviously not in this world. Das Tonbandgerät ist noch eingeschaltet. Seine Spulen rotieren leer vor sich hin. Okay, what first? Put my pants on. Flare-cut Schlagerhose.
You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants.
Du krampfst sie hervor.
It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Sehr gut. Hose. Flare-cut Schlaghose. -1 Gewandtheit. Eng um die Oberschenkel. +1 Elektrochemie. Eng um den Schritt. Very good. Diese goldbraune Schlaghose hatte einen Flare-cut. Eine normale Schlaghose hatte einen Bootcut. Aber an dieser Hose ist nichts normal. Das hier ist jemandes vollgepisste Partyhose mit Wichsflecken. It's so gross. All the descriptions in this game are either gross or beautiful, but they're all poetic. In der Badewanne liegen Flaschen. Wein, Bier und süße Likör. Time to put my shirt on. Oberteil. Weißes Satinhemd. +1 Konzeptbildung, ein echtes Statement. -1 Suggestion. Minus? Do you say minus auf Deutsch? I don't actually know. Unappetitlicher Geruch. Dieses weiße Satinhemd war einmal elegant. Es fing das Licht ein wie kein zweites. Nun riecht es, als ob jemand in die Armhöhlen gepinkelt hätte. Sehr gut.
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off. Hot water sprays from the base and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the outline of a man. Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Oh, kein bisschen?
Really, all recollection of the person you are, the people in your life, and even the world you're in has drowned in a sea of blood alcohol. This was no mere night of drinking. It was a deluge of world-ending proportions. With all the synapses you've extinguished, it's a miracle you can even think this sentence. You've interrupted a true act of self-annulment here.
Electrochemie is your knowledge of like drugs and sex. Mostly drugs usually and alcohol. But I've never seen this dialogue before because I've never had such a high electrochemie, especially at the beginning. So good to know. Du hast hier einen echten Akt der Selbstannullierung unterbrochen. That is a hard word. Du setzt dazu an, den Spiegel freizuwischen.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Vielleicht sollte ich erst mein Gesicht berühren, um sicher zu gehen, dass auch alles in Ordnung ist.
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Was? Was ist nicht in Ordnung?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness, then the swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath your skin.
Tut mir leid.
Bet you are. Your nose feels
In
like
English,
a small
it says you
balloon in the
honk your
middle of your
nose,
face.
which I think is cute.
It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't
Oh,
appear
yeah.
to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
Wenigstens ist meine Zunge in Ordnung. Du berührst deine Zunge.
It's not. It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
Ew. Ich habe Angst. Ich will das doch nicht mehr machen.
Don't be scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
It's only your face. It's not like anyone's gonna see it. Oh god. Du wickst jetzt den Spiegel frei.
Behold.
Siehe da. I'm sorry. I always mix up IE and EI. I almost said Spiegel, even though Spiegel is such a common word. Weiter.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
It's funny because he's actually kind of handsome in this portrait, but in the bottom left, it's like he's so sickly and gray. Du meine Fresse, was ist das? Should I be a superstar? Yeah, I'll be a superstar. Natürlich weiß ich das. Ist das ein Superstar? Ich glaube, ich bin ein Superstar.
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Vielleicht liegt es daran, dass ich ein Superstar bin.
Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Okay, du versuchst damit aufzuhören.
Oh my God. You can't stop. It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face and now it won't come off. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Dass ich ein Superstar bin. And I like that in English, superstardom. Just one word. And the other options, oye, keine Ahnung. It's for the ladies. Something super sympathetic. Es ist ein Blick des Schmerzes. Dass ich ein Superstar
You
bin.
should check yourself for a pulse, superstar. From here it looks like a cadaverous spasm.
Du überprüfst, ob du einen Puls hast.
You find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive. For now.
Noch. Enzyklopädie. Beachtlich. Du gehst in dich, um herauszufinden, was dein Blick verursacht hat.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Wie expected. Du versuchst, den Blick aufzulegen.
It's too late. Like an image on film. The expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Okay, du wendest dich fürs Erstes vom Spiegel ab. Sounds good. And you can't run at first, you can only this slow little wander. +1's Corpsgeist, Halogen Wasser zeichnen. Ultimativer Disco-Bläser. Jemand muss diesen Bläser einem lange ausgestorbenen Disco-Freak abgenommen haben. Er hat ein rätselhaftes weißes Rechteck auf dem Rücken und dem rechten Ärmel. I'm going to leave it off for now. Because I want to see what him says if I don't have it on. I want to see if some dialogue changes.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Du siehst hinaus.
The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Du alles Kalkül? Du begutachtest den Schaden?
What do you mean?
Nope.
Assess the damage.
Nope.
How would you do that? What are you even trying to do?
And
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades.
I guess we're not having the talking necktie. I think that if the necktie doesn't talk to you now, it never will. Du siehst an dem
The
Ventilator.
blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier
Oh.
to reach the tie now.
72%, let's go.
You swoop up
Yes.
and catch the tie. Snap. It's released from the blade. What you
first
have in your
success.
hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Du siehst an der Glühbirne.
A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain.
I think it's very cute that in German it's Glühbirne, like a pear, like the fruit. Im Obst. In English it's a bulb, which bulb is also a plant term. Like a flower bulb. But Glühbirne is really cute. Low pear.
It's just a little hangover-induced photosensitivity. Don't overreact.
Flip nicht aus. Also, ausflippen, I think is a fun word. I really like that word. Immer nur her damit.
Little black spots dance on your retinas. It's almost pleasurable.
Ist fast angenehm. Can I look out the window again?
The window stands broken in its
Try.
frame.
Das Licht ist
Cold
an.
wind blows in. The shards
Yes!
face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Habe ich es mit meinen eigenen Händen eingeschlagen?
A fine web of scarring covers the back of your right hand, but none of it is recent.
Was war es denn?
More likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor from pulling a tool back in after impact.
Crazy that I succeeded given that I have 1 intellect. Moment, was mache ich da?
Something you've done before.
Du begutachtest das Ausmaß des Einschlags. Ausmaß? Size. See, that's why I love the switching between languages. Because I don't have to look up words in my dictionary
It is
anymore.
too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're looking for something heavy and larger than your fist. Like the green shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, is missing its friend.
I hope the volume of the voices is good. We should be about the same volume, me and the narrator. But I feel like the narrator might be a little bit louder. Maybe I'll start speaking a little bit louder too.
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your room.
Okay, I turned the narrator down a little bit, but I'm not actually checking. I'm not actually hearing it, so I'm being a little bit risky here. Vielleicht war ich das gar nicht.
You mean someone else took your shoe off and smashed the window with it?
Yes. Ich brauche ihn nicht. Ich brauche niemanden.
The window agrees. Its cracked smile is cold and sparkly.
Window agrees. Nice. Yes, and I am going to walk around wearing 1 shoe for a while. Just to see what happens. See if people comment on it. Oh yeah, we never read the description of the necktie. +1 Innenleben, lebhafte Vorstellungskraft. Die Krawatte ist mit einem schrillen Muster versehen. Sie wirkt beunruhigend lebhaft. Irgendwie überkommt dich ein Gefühl, als ob es falsch wäre, sie jemals abzunehmen. Sie ist nun deine Freundin. Es wäre regelrecht verrat, dir stattdessen einen langweiligen Schal umzubinden. But I probably will, because it's not talking to me. Okay. Oh, what's the quick save button again? Yes, there it is. 5. °C an der Front. Da liegt etwas auf dem Tisch. Geld. Geld gewonnen. Deora, 19 Celsius, klar. Names of different cities.
Hello, officer.
Hallo. Laut Kalender, es ist März im Jahr 51.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Officer, bin ich ein Soldat?
No.
Seine Frage scheint sie zu verwirren. Warten Sie, ich weiß, ich bin ein Geschäftsmann, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, stimmt's?
The young woman shakes her head slowly.
Okay. CTO, Chief Technical Officer?
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Verdammt now. Sie wollen mich wohl verarschen.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
Sie nimmt einen weiteren Zug. Ganze Zeit?
You've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Und was für Angelegenheiten sollen das sein?
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Warum erinnere ich mich nicht daran, ein Bulle zu sein? Oder an irgendetwas sonst?
Could it be because of the drinking?
Sie hebt eine Augenbraue. Die Zigarette knistert. Sizzles, knistert. Wer, der bei rechtem Verstand ist, würde einen wie mich zum Gesetzhüter machen?
Don't be so harsh on yourself. They let almost anyone be a police officer.
They let almost anyone be a police officer. Cold. And I'm going for the suggestion.
Try the expression.
A critical
Why
success!
are you still doing this?
Oh no, I wanted to see the failure. Okay, but I succeeded. Ich stehe an der Pforte des Todes, bin aufgedunsen, ein hoffnungsloser Fall, und dennoch hört dieses Verlangen nie auf.
Alcohol raises testosterone levels, especially in men.
sagt sie ganz
The
sachlich.
levels remain elevated after inebriation ends and the pain begins. You seek comfort. It's only natural.
She puts out her cigarette.
And off she goes.
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
And now, it never stops. Goodbye.
Auf Wiedersehen. Don't leave me alone. Sie hat einen schönen langen Zigarettenstummel in Aschenbecher hinterlassen. Krampft noch.
The door is closed.
Du probierst die Klinke aus.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. As you hold the metal, you sense the warmth left there by her hand.
Du klopfst.
There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on, somewhere inside. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Schönheit, lassen Sie mich nicht in diese Abscheulichkeit allein.
The door does not care.
Du klopfst erneut.
Still no answer.
Du klopfst erneut, deutlich harter.
Still nothing. You should punch a fucking hole in it.
Du schlägst gegen die Tor.
You slam your fist into the vinyl.
Oh, jeez.
It does not produce a hole. The door sits sturdily in the frame, and your fist hurts. This was all a very good, normal thing to do.
This is all a very good, normal thing to do.
Not to mention, great exercise.
Great exercise. Wonderful. See, I would never have seen this. Die Wochenende-Ausgabe der Satirzeitung Trompe le Monde. I think that if they didn't want to reach a wider audience, they would have had the whole game in French. I think that everybody's supposed to be speaking French because I remember they said, like, the language comes from Sur la Clé, which is, like, a French-sounding name. Die Sommertor ist über den Winter geschlossen. Sounds good. Hier kommen normalerweise die Liedtexte hin. Ein klobiges altes Karaoke-Mikrofon, das nur darauf wartet, von jemandem zum Singen benutzt zu werden. It goes so fast. I have to really focus. Die Lautsprecher ist mit dem Rundfunkgerät verbunden. Hin und wieder überlagert rauschen die Musik.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul.
Is my soul big, small, or normal size? I want to be a normal cop. I want to be a superstar and normal cop. Meine Seele ist schlicht. Sie hat eine normale Größe.
Exactly. It's measured, level-headed, and it needs to be heard. Through a PA system, by other people, whether they like it or not. Ram it up their ears, says your adrenaline gland. Violently express yourself.
Das passt gut zu einer Theorie, an der ich arbeite. Ich halte mich nämlich für einen vom Glück verlassenen Superstar.
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works.
Was soll es singen, wenn es dazu kommt?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Klagelied klingt gut. Damit bekommen Sie einen echten Zugang zu meiner Seele.
Serves them right. Wipe that smirk off their face with your sad, tragic song. Who's laughing now? No one. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though.
And our first Auftrag is to sing a karaoke. And time to go stand on the stage. Das fühlt sich richtig an. Du gehörst hierher.
A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again.
Gott, der Cafeteria Manager.
That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan.
Ich kann spüren, dass Sie kein großer Bewunderer von mir sind.
Oh no, you're a hero.
Doch, doch.
A real hero cop.
Also bin ich nicht nur ein Polizist, sondern auch ein Held?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
Also, I find it interesting how every time they say cop, it's translated to bulla. I feel like cop is more widely used than bulla, right? Isn't bulla... You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I had the idea that bulla was almost a little bit offensive. Like more colloquial. A lot of people say cop. Cops call themselves cops here. You know? It's not, like, offensive. It might be a little bit more colloquial than police officer, but not by much. Was habe ich gemacht?
What did you not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Wow, das habe ich alles geschafft?
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
Was habe ich dann gemacht? Haben Sie mich hier irgendwo gesehen?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Sieht wieder nach unten und zupft weiter an den Vogel herum. Du siehst dir die ausgestopften Vögel an.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Was ist mit dem Vogel passiert?
Look, your buddy is over there.
Sieht zu den Türen hinüber, wo ein Mann in einer Fliegerjacke mit dem Fuß auf dem Boden tippt.
Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Was meinen Sie mit meinem Kumpel?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Sind Sie der Barkeeper?
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
Wo liegt da der Unterschied?
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3.
Three.
Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in.
All of the voice acting is fantastic in this game. I love Guard. Ray. Wo ist diese Sylvie hin?
She just, you know.
Okay. I guess that's it. She just, you know. Die Speisekarte wurde abgewischt, nur das Wort Montag steht darauf. Ein Wasserspender. Ein großer Blaser steigt an die Oberfläche. Got a healing item, Nosefed, although I won't be needing healing items. I've got 6 health. Die Tür ist verriegelt. Auf einem Schild steht Zugang der Küche bis 13 Uhr. Der Sohn einer elektrischen Saftpresse trinkt aus der Küche. Dort arbeitet jemand. Soft purr. Ooh, I can run now. Here I go. Hello.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting.
I want to see what different dialogue when I don't shake his hand, but I also want to be nice to Kim. He shuttles him die Hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Er hat einen festen Händedruck. Oh, and all of the voice acting is wonderful, but Kim's is especially perfect. That, like, light French accent. I think the voice actor's from Quebec.
You realize he's waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Conceptualize. Du denkst dir einen Namen aus.
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
I'm wasting all of these really good throws. I'm getting really lucky, and I'm gonna be really unlucky later. Ich weiß nicht genau, wie ich heiße.
Okay then.
Verdaut die Informationen Und ignoriert sie dann.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
Ich glaube, hier liegt ein Missverständnis vor. Sie müssen mich mit jemandem verwechseln.
No, I don't think so. We should ask him for a rundown of the area, now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Betrachtet dich kurz.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Ja, die Polizei. Ich weiß, dass ich ein Polizist bin.
Right. And the interviews?
Wippt mit dem Fuß, eher aus Gewohnheit denn aus Ungeduld. Was für Befragungen.
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Prepare the field, get to know the players. You don't do that? Maybe it's not an inter-district practice.
Gestikuliert mit seinen Fingern. Noch nicht.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Leiche?
Mm-hmm.
Ich mag keinen Leichen.
Sure. But did you take it down from the tree?
Also, wissen Sie, ja.
Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree?
Ganz und gar.
Completely. Does that mean you took the body down from the tree?
Nein.
So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight.
7 days
We
straight.
should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
What a shame. Get to it now. Rip that body down from the tree.
Reiß die Leiche von diesem Baum. Machen Sie keine Gedanken um die Leiche. Ich werde sie vom Baum herunterreißen.
After it's been up in a tree for that long, any kind of ripping is inadvisable.
Was, wenn ich Ihnen sage, dass ich gar kein richtiger Polizist bin?
We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will. But first, we have to take it down.
Wie können Sie so sicher sein, dass ich zur Polizei gehöre?
I was to meet a detective from Precinct 41 at the Whirling in Rags, who arrived here 3 days ago. I am told that that is how long you have been here. Besides, you match his description.
Betrachtet dich. See, this is funny. This is where if I had the jacket on, he would have pointed to my jacket and say that's a police jacket. Welche Beschreibung?
Precinct 41 said they were sending the most seasoned detective. And you certainly look seasoned.
Erfahren aus. Was, wenn ich einen Doppelgänger habe?
You may have murdered the man I was supposed to meet and are now impersonating him. You may be his twin, stepping in for his even more incapacitated brother out of loyalty and love. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Generalinspektion?
Internal Affairs, and I'm not them. I'm from Criminal Investigation. Regardless, I would also suggest that you locate your blazer with your official insignia.
Aber das sind bloß weiße Rechtecke.
They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I could step into the headlights of my kinema and show you, but right now, I just need you to do your job.
Aber sollte ich nicht einen Ausweis oder so haben? Du siehst in deinen Taschen nach.
You mean you don't have a badge?
Ich hatte keinen bei mir, als ich aufgewacht bin.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence.
Aber ich kann mich an nichts erinnern.
I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern.
Okay, place your bets. Is this going to be Electro-Camille saying, yeah, get something for your headache, or Endurance saying, you don't need anything for your headache? Let's see.
A painkiller would be good about now. This thing is pulsating with discomfort. The best cure for a headache is, of course, morphine. They won't have that, so cigarettes will have to do.
Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Okay, sounds good. Dann mal weiter im Text.
After you, officer.
Nach Ihnen, Herr Kollege.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Okay, I'm gonna put my jacket on now because it actually gives me plus skills. Let's go outside. Just why not? I want to talk with Kim, but I want to do it outside because it's pretty.
Yes?
Erzählen Sie mir von dem Fall.
What do you want to know?
Buchstäblich alles. Ich kann mich an gar nichts erinnern.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know, to help me narrow it down a bit.
Ich weiß so gut wie nichts darüber. Nur was Sie mir bisher gesagt haben.
Do you want me to brief you?
Kurz, ja, klingt gut.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate.
So, our character came here. The body had been in the tree for 4 days and then stayed for another 3. Oh, and I also love the weather system in this game. Right now it's raining, but it could be snowing or sunny or cloudy. And I think it's random.
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching.
Lynch
There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute.
Moment. Wer in der Zusammenfassung erwähnt, wer das Opfer war?
A security guard or worker of some sort, hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Wer war der Anrufer?
To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled, using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex.
Warum wollte der Anrufer nicht erkannt werden?
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Moment, und was ist die BMR?
That's us, the Revachol Citizens
It's a bit
Militia.
dark.
We're the police in this city.
Ich verstehe immer noch nur Bahnhof. Okay, I know that. That's a figure of speech. I know that.
Okay, well, we are police officers. It is our job to find the killer, so that's what I intend to do. You should try it too.
What does it say in English? I still don't understand anything. So it's just they put a fun phrase in there. In English, we'd probably say it's all Greek to me, but we wouldn't really say it in that. We don't need to go over it again. Würden Sie sagen, dass der Fall mysteriös ist?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Dem Lieutenant wägt seine Frage kurz ab. Dann antwortet er. Warum nicht?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Okay, also ist der Fall wahrscheinlich nicht mysteriös, aber könnte es sexy sein?
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Cut this boring stuff off immediately. You know what this case is about.
Vielleicht ist eine junge Frau in der Fall verwickelt?
Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case.
19
A rich
Jahre?
one, in fact.
Eek.
Part of a murder sex cult.
That's creepy. Es muss nicht unbedingt eine Sekte sein. Sex und Mord reichen auch schon aus.
That's commendable. Was there anything else?
He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist.
Sex it up.
Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit. Then Hit him with it.
Wenn wir zu verschiedenen Revieren gehören, wie kommt es dann, dass wir an selben Fall arbeiten?
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
See, they also like choose like strange words. Instead of saying serial killer, they say like sequence killer, and instead of pissing competition, they say they say instead of pissing match, they say pissing competition. I think the normal phrase would be where they're in a pissing match. Right? Wie meinen Sie das?
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Ich erinnere mich nicht daran, in irgendetwas eingeweint zu sein.
That's good.
Sie wissen doch, worin ich eingeweint bin. Für sogar Amnesie.
Better still than an imbecilic cup-off.
Bullenweitstreit?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Sie sollten es mir jetzt sagen. Es scheint mir relevant zu sein.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Fürs Erste brauche ich nicht mehr.
Good.
Okay, let's try to make it sexier.
Only banal things strike you. At the core, you're a very banal person with a very small soul.
No. I'm a very banal person with a very small soul.
One you should be ashamed of.
No!
It's no wonder the soft one doesn't want it back.
Die
It was
Sata.
right to abandon you.
Die Sata, es war richtig, dich zu verlassen. Ich glaube, Sie sollten wissen, dass ich an nichts erinnern kann.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Ich glaube, ich muss mich wiederholen. Ich erinnere mich an nichts. Ich hatte sehr viel getrunken.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Was ist denn so falsch an persönlichen Angelegenheiten?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
Worauf sollte ich mich denn konzentrieren?
Try work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
Aber ich habe nicht einmal grundlegende Informationen zu der Organisation, zu der wir gehören. Können Sie mir helfen?
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
That's another cool thing about Deutsch. There's no English word for Feierabend. It's just, in Duolingo it told me, the end of the workday. Leider handelt es sich an ein medizinisches Problem. Hey, I actually said it first time. In 3 of the games that I'm playing, the word medizinisches has come up,
Really?
and I have
You
trouble
look fine
pronouncing it
to
every
me.
time. Der Lieutenant blickt dich eindringlich an. Thoroughly. Okay. Als gerade ein Triage durchführen würde. Triage? Okay. Ich rede hier von schwerwiegenden neurologischen Schäden. Ich habe mein Spiegelbild betrachtet und hatte keine Ahnung, wer ich war.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Unwürdig. Das hat nichts mit Psychologie zu tun. Ich muss mit einem schweren Hirnschaden erlitten haben, in einem bisher nie dagewesenen Ausmaß.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's Lazareth. Was there anything else you wanted?
Thanks. I'll come back to this later.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away.
I love shivers.
The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
Was mache ich gerade?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hair.
Was sehe ich gerade?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
Wie fühlt sich das an?
Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your disco blazer grow heavy. The cold finds its way in under your skin. You shiver, and the city shivers with you.
Was befindet sich westlich von hier?
Sheets of rain over the water, a flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise, with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky.
Wer seid ihr, Geister?
The skyscrapers of La Delta, the financial district. Faint golden light seeps from the office windows. Will you ever go there?
Werde ich das?
No, you are just one of the hundreds of thousands who watch them rise across the bay from Martinez every day.
Was befindet sich an der Küste?
Urban coastline, rain dripping off Eternite-covered roofs, cinder blocks left over from half-finished construction, a defunct research and development building, once seized by revolutionaries. An old wooden church stands on stilts above the water.
Und jenseits davon?
Coal City, end of all lines.
Die absolute Endstation. Du fährst dir mit den Fingern durchs feuchte Haar.
Your hair is an oily mess flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smokestacks rise somewhere in the distance.
Was befindet sich östlich von hier?
The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide.
Du beißt die Zähne zusammen, um das Zitterns Herr zu werden. Das Zitterns Herr zu werden. Herr zu werden. I've never heard that phrase before, but I guess it means to stop them.
Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates, red and blue metal shipping containers, slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow.
Und jenseits davon?
La Drusienne, King Dries passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms, cranes watching over the mouth of the river distributary.
The poor narrator having to pronounce things in so many languages. Was befindet sich auf der anderen Seite des Nebenarms?
Couron, the lower middle class. Distributary after distributary cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain.
Was befindet sich jenseits von Coron?
A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide.
Was befindet sich nördlich von hier?
Capeside apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46mm bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapse from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago.
This building.
Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play.
Und hier in der Nähe?
A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. Coal leaks into a puddle beneath a dead man's feet. He swings from a tree,
Period.
bloated. Droplets of rain slip from his cold cheeks.
Was befindet sich südlich von hier?
A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside,
Humming is-
drivers watch water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised.
Was befindet sich auf der anderen Seite?
The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
Was ist Jamrock?
Revachol is the capital of the world. Jamrock is the capital of Revachol. Droplets form on your eyelashes.
Wimpern. Also a new word for me.
It's home.
Es ist dein Zuhause. So this is a rap song reference. Where the hood, where the hood, where the hood at. So this must be a German rap song reference. Meine Stadt, mein Bezirk, mein Viertel, meine Gegend, meine Straße, mein Zuhause, mein Bloch.
Have a brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
So Shivers is speaking to me, the real supernatural voice of the city. Warum bin ich nicht dort?
To be in Martinez, where no one goes, at the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the day the revolution failed.
Was mache ich hier?
Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock Rock City stretches inland.
Du zitterst, siehst aber weiter in die Richtung.
In the rain-swept distance, above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Satellite officer Jean Vichmer rushes down the precinct stairs, umbrella in hand. It's unopened. He doesn't seem pleased about the spring rain.
I've also never seen Schirm without Regenschirm. I thought it was always Regenschirm, but I guess Schirm also works.
On the bridge, officers Torsen and McLean are standing guard. Torsen wears jeans and a fishnet wife-beater. Satellite officer Vichmer passes by, and the young man remarks to him.
Yeah, it's really awful that in English we call a nets unto hemmed a wife beater. That's just what it's called.
Where's your homo, homie?
Oh god.
What?
It's not like that. They're what is called heterosexual life partners. They have a battle-tested relationship. A brother-bund, if you will.
A Bruderbund. A Bruderbund.
Huh? Yeah.
Öffnet seinen Regenschirm, aber der Wind klappt ihn sofort
Hetero, sexual, life, partners.
Funny apery. Male-centric workplace humor. Have you seen him?
Wigmar kämpft mit dem Schirm. Die Strängen ragen aus seinem Stoffdach. Stangen? Ribs.
Is there something wrong?
No, nothing. It's just... Judith went to his place and found the Monday mail unopened. I think he's still there. You didn't drink with him over the weekend, did you?
That would be irresponsible.
With that animal? Never again, man. What is he, still down there? In, south of the interchange? What was it?
In Martinez. He's in Martinez.
Wir sind in Martinez.
Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink.
Was befindet sich über mir?
Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms, rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears.
Verdammten Zugenäht. Du schließt den Gedanken ab.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. You should get a raincoat. There's a freight to the east. They sell them there.
Okay, jetzt vielen Dank für Zuschauen. Ich werde eine Pause hier machen. Vielen Dank nochmal. Und tschüss.